Hello and a warm welcome to Federal Special Program Capital Beat. With just a week left for the assembly elections in Kerala because the polling is on 9th of April and today is already 1st April. So the race has tightened between the ruling Left Democratic Front, that is the LDF led by the CPM, and the United Democratic Front, that is UDF led by the Congress, and the NDA led by the BJP. So, how are the odds stacked up in Kerala as far as the positioning of these different alliances are concerned? What are the issues on the ground, and who seems to be having an edge? Joining me this evening are two political analysts, political commentators, senior journalists from Kerala. Anand Kochukudi joins us, and KJ Jacob, who's from Deccan Chronicle. Thank you, both of you, for joining. And let me begin with Anand Kuchukudi. He's been on the tours, he's been reporting. Anand, just a week left now. Who seems to be having an upper edge as far as the Kerala elections is concerned? And everybody is saying that, Congress is well poised to come back, to come to power this time. Do you also feel so? With the kind of narrative, the poll, the campaign build up, what is your sense? What have you picked up from the ground?
So let me start by saying that the Congress has never won an assembly election in Kerala post 2011. Sorry, 2001 actually. In 2011, the Congress won technically, but it won by 2 seats, and it actually won less than 9 seats. I think 9 seats less than the Communist Party of India, Marxist, which is the dominant partner of the LDF. There were Congress had 38, the CPIM had 45 plus 2 independents, so 9 seats less than the CPM. But it still formed government, which is a miracle. And that happened because it had a stronger social coalition. The Indian Union Muslim League, the Kerala Congress, the Christian and Muslim minorities. So that is how it formed the government. So from 2001, Congress hasn't won an assembly election, but simultaneously it has done very well in Lok Sabha elections. So the thing is, after the emergence of BJP in 2014, there was also a constituency delimitation in 2008, which actually affected the Congress chances in 2011. But it did not linger on. What happened is that in 2014, the BJP came to power in the center. So the Muslim minorities in particular, they started voting for Pinarayi Vijayan, seeing a strong leader in him. But the thing is that initially the BJP damaged the Congress more. They ate into the Irava vote bank of the Congress by forming the BDJS, the SNDP outfit. Then they got the Naya bloc. But until the 2024 Lok Sabha election, the BJP did not actually damage the left in Kerala. It was actually the Congress. But in 2024 Lok Sabha election, what happened is that even the Irava vote bank of the left, the CPIM, even they were being, even that was being targeted, that was under siege by the BJP. So the left, which was actually doing social engineering, trying to get the Muslim and Christian votes, until that point, they took stock. And after that Lok Sabha election, they came around to the conclusion that they were flogging Palestine and the CIA, to diminishing returns. So what they did, they resorted to soft Hindutva after that, which actually paid results in the local body polls just 100 days ago. Just 100 days ago, the local body polls were held. Of course, the UDF won that. But if you look closely at the results, you can see that the LDF actually managed to wrest a significant section of the BJP votes, the Hindu votes they lost to the BJP in the Lok Sabha polls. So it's an interesting election where the minorities are back, particularly the Muslim minorities are back with the UDF, and they look poised to win. And I would say that it's for the Congress and the UDF to lose this election, because there is no way that the Communist parties, the left, can win it on their own. It would require something from the UDF's part to lose this election, and not just whatever PR and public relations campaigns, ad campaigns are going on. That won't be enough unless the UDF shoots itself in the foot.
Now, let me come to Mr. Jacob. Jacob, what are the main issues? Because Shabrimala theft, and there are so many other issues. Then FCRA, the FCRA bill has become a big issue on which the parliamentarians of the India bloc today protested in Parliament, and they were saying that this is an attack on the minority institutions, and especially this issue has become big in Kerala. What are the issues which you are picking up from the ground which are having traction? Is there some kind of a Hindutva narrative also being played out through Shabrimala and the East, which has happened, and then several other issues? So, what are the main issues? What are the planks on which the Kerala election is being fought?
It's basically
Yes,
one is, as you mentioned, the communal issue. Can you hear me?
yes, yes, I can.
Yeah, yeah. One is definitely the communal plank. The Sabarimala heist has been turned into a communal uh, 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 topic that's being peddled as the CPM is behind it. So that will have an impact on the electorate, at least a minor impact. And then, as Mr. Anand suggested, there is the so-called soft Hindutva peddling by the CPM. This is what the UDF is suggesting to the electorate. As for the CPM, they have been picking on the development programs that the government has implemented over the last two tenures, from 2016 to 2021 and 2021 to 2026. So this is their major plank. My feeling is that last time when it comes to this kind of a time a week ago, the trend was very clear that the LDF was winning on both the times. But this time, I'm not that sure. It's not yet time to call out. We still have a week to go, and a week is a long time in politics. It could still
No, but is there
turn
a
the
Jacob?
tide,
Is there
and
a
both the
strong
LDF and the
anti-incumbency?
UDF.
No, but Jacob, as far as the anti-incumbency factor is
Uh-huh.
concerned, uh, the
Huh.
LDF had bucked the trend last time in 2021. But do you
Huh.
see a strong anti-incumbency wave against the Pinarayi Vijayan government?
I have toured some of the constituencies extensively. People talk about they have a grudge against the chief minister, but not about the government. I don't see a reason why they should be so much miffed about the government, because in my
Right.
opinion, this government has done more than a government can do in its period. So, on
No,
the
but
development
why
front,
this
on
grudge
the
against
what
Pinarayi?
the, uh,
You were saying that there is the
this is
people are
this
happy with the
if
government, but there is a grudge against CM. What is the reason for that?
that you should give it to the media in Kerala. For them, whatever that Pinarayi Vijayan does is against the interests of the people, despite the fact that he has captained a series of programs which have changed the lives of people in Kerala in the last one decade. But the kind of campaigning that is going on against Mr. Vijayan is phenomenal. I have been watching it forever. The latest I have heard is that it's because of him the case against. I mean, even Rahul Gandhi comes to Kerala and says that Pinarayi Vijayan has struck a deal with the BJP, and hence there is no action by the central agencies against him. The fact of the matter is that the ED tried to trap him, but they could not, like they did with Mr. Kejriwal. They did try to trap Mr. Vijayan in both gold smuggling case and in the Lavlin case, and even in maybe even in the Sabarimala case. If it is possible, they could have done it, but they couldn't reach to him. They tried to trap the former finance minister, Thomas Isaac. The enforcement directorate issued him a notice. He challenged it in court, and the ED hasn't yet returned to the court, which asked him, "Why are you issuing him a notice? What is his guilt?" So it's very difficult. So it's not that the ED didn't try it; they tried their best, but they couldn't trap him. But Mr. Rahul Gandhi and the media still think that the central agencies have spared him because he has struck some deal with the Congress, and the left has not been able to successfully debunk this theory. This I have noticed because their social media presence, their media presence is on a very thin ice. They don't have much of a presence in. I mean, Politically, they are very strong. Organizationally, they are very strong. But when it comes to the media, the left in Kerala walks on very thin ice. They can be felled with a very minor slip.
But I'd like to bring in Anand here that what is the reason when the Pinarayi government has done enough work, people are happy with the government, why Pinarayi government is not popular with the media, as what Jacob just pointed out, that he's not visible too much, but they have enough money and the kind of expenditure they've done on the campaigns, like what we were talking on the phone. You were saying that the left government is spending far more than what the BJP and the Congress are spending. So, what is the reason why they're not having a presence on the media?
Uh, Nilu, I'm quite confused about what Jacob said, because I don't buy what he's saying. Actually, if you travel on the national highway from Kasargod to Thiruvananthapuram, you can see at least 500 flex boards of Pinarayi Vijayan. You can hardly see anything of the UDF. Of course, you can see some interspersed with the BJP. Of course, there are BJP billboards, but I don't see. I have traveled from one part of Kerala to the other. From Kochi, where I am, I have traveled to Trivandrum. I have traveled to Kannur. Although I haven't yet, reached Kasargod, but I could see hundreds of billboards of Pinarayi Vijayan. The thing is, the left government spent more than 200 crores. This is actually, the hard numbers. More than 200 crores, 100 crores by the PRD, Public Relations Department, Government Public Relations Department. They spent public money on just trying to, improve the image of Pinarayi Vijayan. In 2021, it was he was heralded Captain Vijayan. This time it's very different. This time it's they know that they're on the back foot, so somehow they are trying to get a third term by hook or by crook. Just PR. It's aggressive PR. There is the KIFBI, Kerala Investment Fund Board, which spend 115 crores on ads, and they're doing paid news even on news channels which take editorially confrontational positions against the left government in Kerala. For example, Asianet News. They are doing paid news. They're giving paid news to Asianet News. They're giving paid news to Manorama News. I have it on record. I have the bite of senior people from Asianet and Manorama on record that the KIFBI asked them not to show commercial, the segment as a promotional thing. They want paid news on Kerala news channels just to try and refurbish the image of Pinarayi Vijayan. I wonder why Jacob sir would have no issue with that, because this is actually misusing of public funds, our tax money. And moreover, if people have an issue with Pinarayi Vijayan, the left, the people in the left should introspect why they have an issue. For example, in the recent image makeover of Pinarayi Vijayan, he was doing very well. He was giving interviews to YouTubers, but on one particular stage in Pathanamthitta, somebody, a cadre, asked him a question, and suddenly Pinarayi lost his temper. He said, "Go and ask the question at your home." So it was like the Panchatantra tale of the blue jackal. If you remember that story, you can't actually try and convert Pinarayi Vijayan into a different sort of personality. He is by nature, a Kannur strongman. Jacob sir is from Kannur, so he would know what I'm talking about. He's basically a street thug turned politician who has, gotten the aura of a chief minister, and he was a long-time party secretary. So this is what Pinarayi Vijayan is. And of course, he was, for a brief while, he was turned into Captain Pinarayi Vijayan, but people have seen through him. That's it.
But what about the Congress, the prospects of Congress, Jacob? What do you feel? Is Congress well poised to return to power? Have they put in all their might? Are they pulling out all stops? There were reports earlier of a lot of factionalism and groupism. Is that all put aside now? And is it a unified Congress which is putting up a fight this time in Kerala?
Yeah, I'll answer that question, and I'll briefly comment on what Anand said. He said Pinarayi Vijayan is a street thug, and there is an entire effort is going on to make him look a nicer guy. And just imagine, Oban Chandy is peddled as the best chief minister, the most suave, soft-spoken, nice guy, neighbor. But just one simple statistics. Oman Chandy's this government spent 800 crore. This is hard statistics again. 800 crore through CMDRF, that is Chief Minister's Distress Relief Fund. You know that the money is given to people who are afflicted with serious diseases. People need government's help. Now, Oban Chandy used to conduct big shows whereby even incapacitated people will go and wait for the chief minister to attend him. I have photographs of him, and newspapers have published it. Oban Chandy will look at the X-ray, and then he'll suggest 25,000, 50,000, 1 lakh. I mean, he'll sanction that kind of money, and people were happy with that. Pinarayi Vijayan, on the other hand, in the last 10 years, sanctioned 8,000 crore. Nobody has even seen Mr. Vijayan sanctioning any money. It's a systematized scheme now. You apply to the particular portal, see to the CMDRF with the documents, with a recommendation letter from your local body representative. You get the money. Now, Oman Chandy needed no PR exercise, but Pinarayi Vijayan, after sanctioning 5 times the money that Oman Chandy did, still needs PR. This is what we call the media manipulation that's happening in Kerala. We had an extreme poverty eradication program, which is about the government going to the last person who doesn't even know about his rights. The government going and helping him out. And it's about 4.5 years of hard work, but starting from the chief minister to the village panchayat secretary and to the Gram Sabha. The entire government machinery was involved in it, and people suddenly called it a PR exercise. 4.5 years of hard work by the government was dismissed in a single sentence. It's PR work. So this is the reality. This is the reality versus artificial reality in Kerala. And coming to the Congress, as I would agree with Anand that the Congress may lose this election only because of their own doing. Otherwise, they should be winning this election because I mean it's
No,
not that
but the
the government
optimism, the
was
kind of
running very
optimism they
efficiently.
have, Jacob, the Congress looks very
It's
optimistic.
because
Uh,
I'll come to that. There is a reason. Now, when I say that the government has functioned exceptionally well, the CPM was caught on the wrong foot when it came to policy direction. There were serious mistakes the CPM should not have done. They thought that they can win over the people's votes just by governance or good governance or whatever that I have explained to you now. But they have seriously compromised on their political positioning. 2 examples are when they signed up for the PM Shri. That's a central government program. They need not. They need not have gone for that. There were a couple of, a 1,000 rupee or so. This PM Shri would have given the government of Kerala or Kerala a couple of 100 rupees, 100 crore rupee. But the government signed up on that. That is against the policy position of the left. They were against the NEP, and implementation of NEP was one of the preconditions for getting the PM Shri money. They were simply careless about it. I don't think they were careless about it. They didn't realize its impact. They were careless and they were caught on the wrong foot, and that has been. But I mean, they shouldn't have done it. They should NEP or for that matter anything to do with education offered by the central government is viewed with suspicion by the people in Kerala. So they should have been exceptionally careful about it when they offer it. The second most important, and that is going to be the nemesis of the left in Kerala, at least in this election. This was, as Anand rightfully said, they did try to peddle a bit of soft Hindutva. I won't call it soft. It's a soft community feeling. because after the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, we have a leader in Kerala. He's a community leader. He goes around bashing the Muslim community in Kerala, and the CPM propped him up. It was their undoing, because even when the Muslims are voting against the CPM, they had a faith in them that they would never ally with anything that has to do with the Hindutva forces. This SNDP Yogam General Secretary, he was always in cahoots with the BJP, at least for the last 10 years. The CPM went very soft on him. In fact, give an explanation for whatever that he was saying that
Right.
Mr. Datesan, the SNDP Yogam General Secretary, was attacking the Muslim League, not the Muslims. But the fact was that he
Right.
was attacking the Muslims. So the
No, but
CPM
all
was
these
caught on the
allegations, and
wrong
then
foot
I'll come
on
to
that one,
Anand.
and that's going to
Jacob,
be the nemesis.
right. No, but like Rahul Gandhi recently visited Kerala and he said that CPM is a B team of BJP. So, I mean, what you are explaining, so does it get corroborated on the ground? Are people also responding to this allegation that CPM is a B team of BJP? How do the people look at this allegation on the ground? Yes, Jacob.
Is it to me? No, there was a
Yeah,
problem
yeah,
with your
Jacob.
audio.
Yeah,
It was not
yes,
very clear
Jacob,
to
and
me.
then I'll come to Anand.
Yeah, can you repeat the question?
No, I'm saying
Yeah,
that
yeah. Can you
how is
can you
this
repeat the question?
allegation? Yes, no, I'm saying that Rahul Gandhi recently spoke about the fact that CPM is a B team of the BJP. How is this allegation taken up on the ground? How are the people responding to it?
I don't think that's going to be trusted by the people. It's not that they have struck a deal with the BJP. I laugh at it, but the fact is that the CPM did not do its job. It is supposed to play only the 916 22-carat secular card. It did not play it well. That's going to impact them. But I
Okay,
won't
okay,
take Rahul Gandhi's allegations on its face value, but
okay.
I will never think that there is a deal between CPM and BJP. But the CPM on its own did not play its cards well.
Right. So obviously, the CPM did not play its secular card well, and which is why it is leading to the, the doubts and the this kind of a narrative which is being built up. Now, Anand, I want to talk to you about two factors this time in
Absolutely.
Kerala. One is the Tharoor factor, and the other is the Modi factor. Now, how much of traction is Tharoor having in Kerala, given all these stories which earlier have come out in the press that he was having chief ministerial ambitions and he was having a sort of a dissonance with the central leadership. Then again, he tried to patch up. Now he's seen active again back in Kerala. So, what about the Tharoor factor? How is he making a mark when Congress is struggling to come to power? And the second question is related to the Modi factor. Is Modi factor actually is something which people are talking about in every election? Earlier, we used to talk about the Modi magic. Is there a Modi magic in Kerala? Kerala, I'm sorry, yes.
It doesn't matter if it's Kerala or Kerala. It doesn't really matter to Malayalis. Kerala is not Tamil Nadu for it to matter more than something else of the hard issues. So the Tharoor, Tharoor actually fell in line in the Wayanad conclave. Actually, he had a one-on-one with Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress president, and as well as Rahul Gandhi, without the presence of K.C. Venugopal. I think that was one of his conditions. So he had that, and somehow he's he has fallen in line. Of course, he writes certain op-eds which may not fully reflect the policies of the Congress, but of course that that's different. It's not that he is charting a different cause or having some deal with the BJP or the left. He is doing campaigns for multiple candidates. He's in high demand, huge demand. He's most popular, although he is nowhere in the pecking order when it comes to being chief minister. The front runners are the MLAs, those who are going to be MLAs, VD Satishan and Ramesh Chennithila. Of course, the high command choice can be KC Venugopal. Tharoor only comes next as the fourth possible choice. So that is not very high in the pecking order. And Tharoor, to his credit, he has kept his ambitions in check. He has been a loyal soldier for the party ever since, and he has been campaigning very well. When it comes to Narendra Modi has this appeal in Kerala, which not only is limited to the Hindu bloc, but I think even some Christians, the Savarna Christians, the Syrian Christians in Kerala, even many of them are taken in by Narendra Modi's charm, primarily because they have certain issues with the Muslim community. So Narendra Modi has a lot of appeal in Kerala, and it's only increasing. The thing is, the BJP still doesn't have credible people on the ground, credible leaders on the ground. Rajiv Chandrasekhar, of course, he is a more moderate face compared to K. Surendran, but they still do not have leaders across the length and breadth of the state who can mount a challenge to the UDF and the LDF and win on their own steam. And how long and how much can Narendra Modi or Amit Shah do from Delhi? And of course, the Kerala BJP doesn't have partners. This time they have given 19 seats to a party which is limited to a municipality in Kerala, the 2020 party. And they've given 22 seats, actually 23, but now down to 22 to the BDJS, which is the political outfit of the SNDP, the Irava, organization. So the BJP is hamstrung by the fact that they don't have a lot of credible people in Kerala. Not so much that Narendra Modi doesn't have appeal. Of course, he has a lot of appeal in Kerala, and this is actually permeating into the Hindu vote bank of the left. That is a hard reality.
So I'll come for the final question now to both of you. Jacob, to you first. 8 days left for Kerala to go to polls. At this point of time, if I ask you that which alliance seems to be having an edge, is it Congress? Is it the left? Or and is BJP really going to do some wonders? Can we hope that? Yes.
I think the UDF still has an edge, and there is still one more week. When it started off, the left had an edge. It has lost it a bit of it, and I think when we today we are 1 week away from the election, and I think the UDF has a slight edge at present.
Okay, so you're saying UDF has an edge. Anand, what is your sense? Who seems to be having an upper edge?
Definitely, it's the UDF. The question is whether something can happen in the next 1 week which can hurt them badly. The FCRA issue has actually hurt the BJP, and it will actually propel the Congress even further. So
Right.
even if the FCR,
So but Anand, was this the reason you're saying that it will end up hurting BJP more? So was this the reason that the government thought of just delaying the bill? They didn't bring it up in the parliament today.
They delayed it, but what the bill actually created is a lot of fear among the clergy, who the BJP were pandering to the clergy, and those bishops have issued statements which will ensure that whatever gains they made in the cake diplomacy they achieved in the last 2 years, it has all been forgotten now. Nothing, they even George Kurian, he is contesting in Kanjirapalli supposedly after taking the bishop's consent, Kanjirapalli bishop's consent. I think he'll end up, in a very bad shape. In central Kerala, BJP is going to be washed out, and Sean George in Pala, he seems to, believe that he is, winning Pala, the Vatican of the Syrian Christians in Kerala. But he is actually going to be a distant third, is what I understand.
All right. So not much time is left, just 8 days more, and the Kerala goes to polls. So let's see. And what both of you pointed out, that let's see if there is anything which comes up in the next 1 week. Otherwise, UDF still seems to be having an upper edge. Thank you so much, KJ Jacob and Anand. Thank you very much for joining on the Federal.